I'm getting ready for a sales meeting. Let's do it together. So the first thing I love to do is look for information. Now, there are two specific places I love to find information. Number one is with people, and number two is online. So what's really great about online is you get to see the decision maker, kind of what they portray themselves as, who they see themselves as. You get to see what they ultimately want, what they really care about.
I was recovering. My grandfather passed away.
And that's super helpful to get a sense of the vision that they have for their life. And when it comes to people, kind of hearing the ins and outs of what's going on behind the scenes, you might hear some concerns they might have, some things they've already tried, and you can kind of tailor some things based on that information. So in my situation, one thing I learned from doing some research online is that this person loves to think big. They really encourage their team to think big, encourage their clients to think big. And so one big question I'm asking is, hey, what can I do to come alongside them and help them think big in a new and different way? I had the opportunity of having a call with someone that's on the team before I go and meet with the decision maker today. And I got to find a little bit about kind of who they're working with right now, what isn't working, and maybe some potential objections that might come about. Now, what's important here about objections is you never, ever, ever, ever want to assume, because you could place an objection in their head that actually was never there. What you can do is build value against what you think it is. So for example, if time, you think potentially, maybe, I don't know, time could be an objection. One way that you can position your message is how this is going to save time. This is going to help you make money, which will ultimately save time. This is going to help you retain clients, which is going to help you save time going to go look for more clients. There are lots of different ways to build value without letting it feel like you think an objection that they have is time. When I have this information, it's really helpful to have a very soft guideline. I'm really emphasizing the word soft here because this is a game. You know, a lot of people go into a sales conversation or a sales meeting and they think about it as like a pitch. They think about Shark Tank and how they stand there and they pitch and they do all the talking. Really, you should only be doing about 30% of the talking. And so with them speaking 70% to me, there's a lot of room that could be moved around. That's why we don't want a hard guideline. We want a very, very soft, general thread of messaging that you could have. So for example, you know, if time is an objection or if time is something that might be of concern, like I said, you can build value. Another thing about this thinking big is what we sell is sales skills. And what we might do is help this whole company master sales skills. And one thing that I know about thinking big is that a lot of people love to have ideas and love to dream, but they really have a hard time kind of executing or getting results based on that dream. When you have sales skills, one of the first and most important things that you can do is get someone on board with your big idea. And that's what's really cool about thinking big. Not only will they have the culture to think big, but now they will have the skills to also think big. So that's a really amazing, exciting idea for them. And then the third thing that I'm really preparing is my mindset. Now, the thing about mindset is I know a lot of people talk about mindset like it's just obvious, like you should have a good mindset, but it's so much bigger than just what it sounds like. Every action you take comes from the way you think. And so really making sure that my thoughts are correct and make me kind of react and act in a way that I want to be portrayed as is super, super important. So a couple of things that I'm thinking about is how can I help them win? What is the best thing for their situation? Another really awesome thought that helps me is thinking, I don't need this sale. I don't need it. And it's true. I don't need it. Of course, I want it and I want to help them, but really coming off as like, hey, I don't need this, but I want this. Like, I want to help you. It'll come off as confident and not as desperate, which a lot of salespeople can struggle with. It has really made me excited to walk into a meeting knowing this is an opportunity. It's not like the one thing that I need, but it's an option to be able to expand someone's life. I hope this was helpful. If it was, definitely subscribe to this channel. There's a lot more of this coming your way and you won't want to miss it. See ya.